T-minus 10.
All aboard!
You know what a job is? That when people get up in the morning and they go to work.
This is Scope of Success, where we bring you business life lessons and throw a lifeline to your career. And now, Brian and James.
Welcome to Scope of Success, where we are at the Big Apple Scrum Day, and we are having a blast. Follow us on Twitter, follow us on Facebook and Twitter. Subscribe to us on iTunes. We have a great series coming out. It's fantastic. I'm Brian, your host, and along with James. Hey, James.
Hello, Brian.
We are your advocates for issues at hand. So, as I said, we're at the Big Apple.
Well, we're in the Big Apple.
In the Big Apple,
at
the Big
Big
Apple.
Apple Scrum Day.
Right.
BASD.
Yes.
2018 is the hashtag. Get on it.
Get on it. It's sold out.
Sold out.
You know,
Yeah.
I mean, if you didn't get tickets, this is it.
Yeah, you can listen to us.
This is it. And it's not a bad way to go.
No.
Listening to us.
Yeah, you don't
is
get
never,
you don't get to be at the historic
you
Hotel
don't get to be-
Pennsylvania.
Right.
But
But you can do it from the comfort of your home or car.
Yep.
It's amazing.
on Spotify.
But we are bringing it to you. And you
Yeah.
don't have to come to New York City either. Traffic's bad today, right?
I mean, traffic's always bad.
Right. But it's nice and comfortable where you are, our listeners.
Yes.
Right. So we have a great guest. We have we're going to be speaking to Steve Morgan. Super excited. Find out what he's all about and up to. Right, James?
Yeah, well,
Right?
we're going to find out what he's all about, what he's up to. We'll probably find out his actual last name when he comes in. And Steve is one of the sponsors here at Big
He is
Apple
a
Scrum Day,
sponsor,
so he's
right.
one of the.
So I got to
his
mind
company.
my manners.
Yeah, well, yeah. I mean, always,
Right,
always.
right. Well,
You
and
know,
I
he's
always
He's a
do.
guest on
Right,
the show,
of course.
so of course
Right,
we'll,
welcome guest.
we'll
Right, of
treat him
course.
humanely,
Right.
And find out a little bit about what his company does and how they're tied up with Big Apple Scrum Day.
Absolutely. So I got to give a big shout out to our sponsor.
Okay.
Yeah, so we are sponsored by PMI's Long Island and New York City's chapter of Project Management Institute. PMI New York and Long Island are the local chapters of Project Management Institute, a global organization of industry leaders and project management professionals. When you join PMI's global organization, you could also join PMI's New York and/or Long Island chapter to get involved with your local project management and business communities. To learn more, visit PMINYC.org in New York City or PMILIC.org on Long Island. You can join both.
Join them both. I'm a member of both.
I'm a member of both. Great members, great networking opportunities. Terry Mitchell is a member of Long Island. Great guy. Say hi, stop down,
Yeah.
and tell him you know us.
Yeah.
So,
Tell them we sent you.
right, best networking opportunities out there.
Yeah, we
for you.
better try to back out of the ditch that we've driven in here and get our guest on.
Right, so let's get our guest on. I'm assuming from what James is saying that maybe I pronounced the name wrong. Not that I've ever done that. So this is a first. Can I get a first for something?
Yeah.
Right.
But I think, well, I don't know if you got it completely wrong.
Right.
I think some of the letters were just misarranged.
Right.
I
Well,
don't- I
all
don't
the
know.
letters were I gave all the letters. They're just not in the right order. So,
So
Steve,
Steve
welcome
is-
to the show.
Hey guys, thanks
Yeah.
for having me.
So, what is your last name? I'm sorry.
So Morgan wasn't that bad. That's not the worst I've gotten. It's Moran, but I get Moron a lot. So
oh, okay.
I'll take Morgan.
I-
So
you
does
know,
Brian. Brian gets
One
that.
of my favorite actresses is Erin Moran,
Well, there it is.
right?
Yes.
From one of the greatest iconic TV shows, Happy Days.
Yes.
Nice.
So yeah, how can I get that wrong?
I don't know. What was it that Rex Tillerson said about Donald Trump?
I don't know. What did he say?
I don't know, but it had something to do with that.
Oh, okay. What, pronouncing names wrong?
Pronouncing names wrong and something
all
else.
right.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Anyway, not to
But
get political.
What's welcome to your show, Steve.
Hey guys.
So who are you with? You're a sponsor here at Big Apple Scrum Day. And,
Indeed.
And who are you with?
Yeah, so I am with a company called Eliassen Group. We are a Agile consulting firm and a technical staffing firm based out of Reading, Massachusetts, but we have offices all over the United States and obviously one here in the Big Apple, which is why we're here.
Right. So what does the group do? What does the consulting do? What do you mean?
So on the Agile side, we focus, I know it's broad, but we do Agile and DevOps consulting. So anything that you need from advisory, from the enterprise level down to the team level, training, coaching, and then we're backed by our staffing engine. So we staff Agile positions as well. So Scrum Masters, team level, DevOps engineers.
Oh, so you
you
do
name it.
recruiting as well for companies?
We do, yeah.
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 Get it. Oh, okay.
Yeah,
How-
so-
how do you vet them? Like how do people find out about you, and how do you vet people for positions?
Candidates?
Yeah, candidates.
Yeah, sure. So, well, we have specialized recruiting teams that they only spend their time focused on Agile and DevOps resources. So, they're pretty well versed in that space. They're having these conversations every day. But what's more important is that we have delivery leaders that are stationed throughout each office. They're called our RADLs, Regional Agile Delivery Leads, and they train our recruiters on what to say on the phone and what to listen for. Once they get past our recruiters, then they go and actually have the in-depth technical conversations with these Agile coaches and delivery leads to make sure that they are quality. And it's not just the technical aspect, but it's also the soft skills based on what that company actually needs in that given time.
Being able to talk.
Yes.
Right.
Speak well, good communication skills.
So that we have, James and I have that.
Yeah, well,
right, obviously.
Right.
Speaking to tens of thousands of people.
Yes.
What type of things? So what questions do you ask these people? What are you looking for?
So, I mean, one example, one of the screens that I did a couple of days ago, we're looking for a Scrum Master.
Right.
We'll ask somebody who says that they're a Scrum Master. A lot of people just have their CSM, which is
Right.
great,
Right.
but they don't always have the experience behind it. So,
Right.
we'll ask them something like, how do you break a user story down into tasks? And, from there, how do you assign those tasks? And you can tell pretty quickly if someone says that they assign the tasks, that they are not a Scrum Master because the team assigns the tasks. So we ask them, their methodology. Or
Wait, what did you?
Whoa.
The
But
team
let's
assigns the
back up.
tasks?
Let's back up a minute
The
to
team.
that. Yeah.
The team assigns? I didn't know that.
Oh, yeah.
Yes, I knew that. Yes, absolutely.
Okay.
Yes, yeah.
All right.
Well, they're
so,
the one doing the work. They should be the ones.
so the team assigns the
In
tasks.
sprint planning.
Yes.
Yeah. Right.
I'm just writing this down in case I
Yeah,
get
yeah.
it, in case I
Right.
get a call.
We got notes. Right. So the team. So what's another question that you guys would ask? Ask us a question.
Yeah, we're
Give-
both.
give it-
We're Brian and I are both certified Scrum Masters.
right. Yeah. Come on.
Oh, all right.
Come on.
So then we would, I don't know, I would say, give me an example of an impediment that you've had, over the last sprint, and how did you deal with it?
I would be asked. First of all, of course, I'd ask what's an impediment.
And what's
And
a
then
what's
after
a
you get-
sprint?
and
What do you
then
mean?
after
Like
you-
when we were running, I was running down the street and some guy got in my way and I had to jump over him.
Huge impediment.
That was an impediment to my
Right.
last sprint.
Um,
So what do you think? Am I gonna get the job with that answer?
Depends on the company, but probably not. No, we're probably not going to send you.
wait. Okay, so let's go back. So
We're not even gonna get the interview.
So what's the question again? So just so I'm clear.
Just give me an example of impediment and how you dealt with that impediment. And this,
Okay.
this is one of the more the functional aspects. So, we try to get the way that they would deal with a problem in a given situation.
What about the release date? Is how about this? A release date is conflicting with a holiday.
Yeah.
Is that something?
That
right?
could be an impediment.
Right?
Absolutely.
Release date.
Just change the holiday, right?
Yeah.
Right. Well, I mean,
Easier
there's a
said
lot
than
of
done.
Make it the-
there's a
make
lot
it-
of legislation involved in that one.
I think you
to
make
switch
it the
holiday.
4th of the 6th of July
Right.
instead.
Well,
People get used to it after a while.
That's an excellent idea,
You know,
James. No,
they just-
excellent thought. But I think maybe instead of trying to change the holiday, there could be another way around that. So that's is that a good example?
Yeah, that's absolutely an example. I mean, things come up all the time, not just, the scheduling conflicts that happen inherently, especially when you're working with distributed teams, across the world.
Right.
So that comes up pretty frequently.
But what's a good example of somebody who you know? And I know you gave one before, but what's something that isn't cut out? What do you see?
Long, rambling answers.
Oh, okay.
So being able to be articulate and concise is huge because that's a lot of times how people view you.
Yeah.
They view exactly what you say. It's not so much about what you do sometimes that makes the first impression. It's what you say when you first get there. So if you're a rambler, that usually doesn't bode well for the team.
Right.
That's a good tip for
Yeah,
anybody out there
wow.
looking for a job.
yeah.
Don't ramble on.
be precise.
Be
yeah.
precise. Be concise.
Why? Because what's the rambling? What does that tell you?
So I ramble all the time, and I can see people's faces go from interested to disinterested.
Right. Yeah, right.
And that's exactly how, that's one way to lose a team very quickly is if you ramble with no point.
Right. Or make the point a couple times in what you're saying.
Yeah.
You know,
You can do that.
I've seen that a lot. People make the point and then they have to say it again. It's
But
like
the
you
other thing,
said it.
The other thing too is
And then people, you know what? And then people have to make a point, and then they have to say it again.
I think the point that you're making now is rambling, and we've just everybody.
All right. I'm glad you picked up on that, James, and so did our listeners, which is nice, I'm sure. So you also do coaching as well.
we do.
So
yes.
so
Who
companies,
needs an agile coach?
That's-
What is that? What's that all
I was-
about? Is
I
that
was
like for
actually
the
gonna say
Agile
that.
Olympics or what?
Steve,
what's
I-
going
I
on
was-
there?
The Agile
Steve,
Olympics.
I was actually going to say the same question though.
Yeah,
By the way.
sure. So
I was going to say the same thing.
Yeah,
But-
about the Olympics. That's what you need a coach for, right?
yeah.
right. So who's looking?
So
for
you're
that?
in training. You're going to go to the Agile Olympic. Where are the Agile Olympics? Where are they held this year? Is it every 4 years like the regular Olympics?
Gosh, I don't know what the cycle is at this
What are
point.
what are
but
the events?
the events are PI planning sometimes.
Ah, there you go.
You know,
All right.
backlog. I don't know.
All right.
Whatever. Any sort of
Burn down
ceremony,
charts.
You know, ceremonies and artifacts, whatever it might be.
But really,
the
who
burn
needs an
down
Agile?
toss.
Who
The
needs
burn down toss?
Who needs an Agile coach? A company with, you know, executives and some, you know, the teams that may not be as far along in their Agile journey. Their maturity level is pretty low, and they need to be constantly reminded, trained on how to do specific things. So, you know, as
Is this
much
like a new company or an old company?
it
I
can be
mean,
anybody. So
any company.
you know, I'm a firm believer in excuse me. If you think you know everything, then you're definitely you're going to fall behind. So the Agile coach's whole job is to be there and make sure that people are continuously learning and that they have the appropriate Agile chops to get done what needs to be done. But they're really there to help guide and facilitate and mentor these teams and make sure that they're learning.
Excellent. So I got a question for you. How do you handle how does the coach handle the daunting task of people who maybe are reluctant to change? And I want you to think about the question.
Sure.
So think about the question
Before you answer, give it some time.
because I have to
Pay the bills.
pay a bill. Right. So I got to talk about our sponsor.
There we go.
So Scope of Success, the podcast, is going to be attending Agile Camp again this year, which is amazing. September 24th, we will be returning to Newark, New Jersey for Agile Camp.
Beautiful New York, New Jersey.
Amazing. It's a one-day regional-based conference where you hear 3 keynotes and have the opportunity to choose from 20 Agile leadership workshops. You'll find engaging topics including leadership, Agile strategy, innovation, culture, technical practices, and more. It's amazing. James and I were there last year where we spoke to some great people. Richard Sheridan was a favorite, and Jeff Patton talked about him too.
Yeah, it seems like all these folks know each other.
Right. You know what? The Richard Sheridan is such a good story, and that it's just kind of warming that I think people really kind of relate to it. Which
I
is
think
really
so,
nice.
yes.
He had a great book called Joy Inc., which is amazing. You guys should check it out. He was a guest on the show. Check out the old episode that we have.
I think Philip Roth will be there too.
You think so?
I think so. Newark's favorite son.
Okay.
I think he's going to stop by.
All right. Well, he's gonna hang out with James for a bit.
Absolutely.
Attendees who should attend are executives, project managers, program managers, agile practitioners, product managers, engineers, marketers, designers,
Scrum masters,
Scrum masters,
Scrum product owners. Really, kind of so many people. If you're
so many
agile,
fields.
if you're
If you're agile,
you need to be there.
you need to be there. Absolutely. And James and I will be there.
We'll be there.
Right. So there'll be two all those people and 2 podcasters.
Sign up now before
Right.
it's too late.
Sign up now. This event sells out. It sold out last time. Check it out, agilecamp.org. You won't be sorry.
No.
You'll need to go and attend. And it's great.
Now we're ready for Steve's answer.
Right. So let's get back. So
What was the
Steve,
question you asked him
So you
again?
had some time to think about it. The question was, Steve. So you had some time
The
to think
question
about
was, how do you, if you're an Agile coach, how do you help people
take the
change if they're reluctant to
right,
change?
that transition, how do you do it?
Well, a lot of time that is the biggest hurdle that you have to overcome, you know, as an individual, as a team, in an organization in order to actually be agile.
Right.
So there's no one way to do it. And I am pretty upset that my delivery lead just walked away because he could definitely have better answered this question.
Oh, okay.
There's a reason I'm in sales and he's an Agile coach. But,
Right.
you know, there are a number of different workshops that you can employ throughout the course of an engagement to make sure that people are understanding exactly why you're doing things. Because if you
okay.
focus on the why,
Right.
not the what,
Right.
you tend to have a better outcome.
Right. So right. So that's great. Break it into a workshop.
Yeah,
Right. So it's not
absolutely.
just training; it's workshop.
You show
if-
them, you don't tell them.
Right. Okay. That's excellent.
Sure.
Yeah. James?
Well, I think that sounds terrific. So, Eliassen Group and Steve Moran, thank you so much for being on the podcast.
Yeah,
Got it.
thanks
Thanks
for
for
talking
having
with
me.
us. Yeah, absolutely.
Is this your first Big Apple Scrum Day?
Nope, this is number 3.
No, number
Wow,
3.
number
Wow.
3. So it
Okay.
started in 2015.
This is only our
am I right?
Yeah, no,
So-
I was here for the inception. It actually wasn't here. It was at Credit Suisse, and then they switched it to Hotel Pennsylvania.
It's an
Okay,
amazing
wow, yeah.
program, isn't it?
Yeah.
It's awesome.
Yeah, we
It's
love
really
it.
cool.
Yeah, it's so much collaboration and learning going on that it's
Oh, yeah.
amazing. Thanks, Steve, for being on the show.
Thank you, Steve.
That's
Absolutely.
our time. Also want to remind everybody to follow us on Twitter, subscribe to us on iTunes, share with a friend. I'm Brian.
I'm James.
We are at Big Apple Scrum Day, and we are keep going.
Yeah,
Keep-
we're going to keep going.
And we're going to keep
until they throw us out.
until they throw until they turn the lights off in this place. Keep doing the work.
Keep doing the work.
Scope of Success is brought to you by PMI Long Island, the Project Management Institute of Long Island. For more information, visit pmilic.org.